All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now a second down throw for Kaiser. His throw incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
First down, Kaiser to Barkley on the check down. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Second down, Kaiser. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Kaiser. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! 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 Ohio!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Come on, let's go! What? 90! What? 90! Ohio! Ohio!
Back to throw. Oh, he shifts past him. Throw left side, complete to Ross. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 53 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Off the play fake, Kaiser. And a big loss here as he's taken down. K1 Short able to get in and run him down for what will be a loss of 15 yards. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They go play action. Kaiser, he's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now. And they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
This complete to Langford. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And incomplete here on 3rd down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them.
And look at this. It's a fake. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Here's a give to Barkley. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Kaiser now on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Saquon Barkley, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They'll run for the first time with Jeremy Langford. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And the Lions have recovered. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
The pitch goes to Barkley, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Devontae Parker, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Lions are in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, able to avoid him. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there, partner. I remember that.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
This is Barkley. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now it's Barkley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll run with Langford to begin the drive. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Let's go!
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions add on to their lead. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
J.J. Nelson now to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Flex round! Flex round!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Gets this one left side to Pettis. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Back to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Ohio! Ohio! Come on, let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Miles Jack in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A minute 52 left to play in this second quarter. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Let's go. What? 90. What?
The toss out to Barkley. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
Now Kaiser. Buying time to his left. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Langford. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. To throw now on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the interception, Kaiser. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor. And that'll make it 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. On play action, Kaiser. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So, yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Langford on 1st and 10. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's go!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Kenny Clark in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh? Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Stay with your man! Flex round! Flex round!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go! Brand 38!
Play action now. Kaiser. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Play fake. Kaiser. Going deep here for Parker. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at about the 31. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Gets past one man. And now spinning away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The protection up front, very good on that play. Had all night to throw the football, even though he was unsuccessful.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Kaiser. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And it's taken in at the 9. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 33 and a first.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double it.
A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
And we saw that advantage right there. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Ohio! Here we go!
He may try and run for this. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
A handoff, Jerry Langford. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. It's so explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback, but he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has, able to play the run and the pass so well.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Back now here on EA Sports.
Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
They're going to look to throw. And he's He's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be third down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. In for the score. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Kaiser now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Kaiser. It's complete to Parker, left side. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go. What?
Kaiser. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going up top. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Ohio. 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 Ohio.
He'll look to throw. The open man is sharp. It's complete. And this is good for a first down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Flex round. Flex round.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Flex round. 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 Ohio. Ohio.
Back to throw. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff. It's Langford. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
They'll set up a throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Coming to you! Coming to you!
They'll look to throw here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No 1st down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Dirt Cutter's guys go for it, but come up empty. And the Lions will take over. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big ways. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a 1st down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Flex round! Flex round!
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Now Saquon Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. And they're throwing here. Kaiser. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. Oh, some strong running. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
The Bucs on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. Now a desperation throw. He's got a man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.